All right, all, welcome back to Cousins Gymnasium. After a nice road trip from the Tufts Jumbos, we're back with some volleyball. Tufts versus Endicott. Lily, you're on color today. I'm Henry. I'm on play-by-play. How are you doing today?
Pretty good. Excited for some home volleyball again. After a very successful road trip, 2-0 there for the Jumbos. Excited to see them back at home here. Looking forward to a good game with Endicott, who's had a strong season so far. 7-3 record. Only slightly worse than the Jumbos, 8-2.
Right, went up to Maine for a bit. Had a nice doubleheader, won both games against their big rivals in the NESCAC in the Bowdoin Bears. Also beat Maine Maritime as well in not such a close match, but had some nice performances from some key players. And as we try to get started here, we will keep an eye out for Cora Cunningham, who is starting yet again. Before, she was going in for an injured Grace Legree at middle, but this time it's Jen Ryan who is sitting out today.
Yeah.
And we'll switch over to the court and get ready for some volleyball.
Should be a good game here between Jumbos and Endicott. Both teams with a really strong offense, especially from that middle attack. Looking for a good play here from number 15, Schuler, for Endicott. 77 kills so far on the season. She's definitely one to watch out for the Jumbos.
Grace, immediate slide right off the block, and point Jumbos to start us off.
Yeah, Legree's home return here after a 2-game hiatus with it, but I believe with a sprained ankle. Good to see that she's back in good form again.
Yarwood will be serving first for the Jumbos. Good assisted block from Legree and Lightfoot. And a one-arm pass from Yarwood. Looked pretty nonchalant about it. Give her credit for that. Good attack from the Jumbos. Maya Lightfoot with the kill.
Strong attack there from the outside from Lightfoot, and a nice roll shot earlier in that point there from Dessler. Off the net there, able to reach over his shoulder and keep that ball alive.
Service error from Yarwood gives Endicott their first point. Lily, who are we looking for on the power goals?
Here we're looking for, as we mentioned earlier, number 15, Schuler, has had a strong performance, leading the second on the team, in kills with 77. But their outside number 1, Gilbert, with 95 kills. Somebody the Jumbos are going to have to watch here.
And that was Gilbert right there with the service error. Legree back to serve. That's Donahue who received that. Yarwood tries to take it high with her hands. Might have been going out and goes straight into the floor. Lee subs back in at the libero position, as does Taekun. A nice quick set from Rel Zedrick finds the hand of Cora Cunningham, and that's a point for the Jumbos, up 4-2 early in the set.
Smart play there by Cunningham. He's done a great job coming in, replacing both, actually, I believe, Jumbo's captains, Ryan and Legree. We'll see how she adapts here and how the Jumbos adapt to losing that leadership from the 5th-year Ryan.
It's now the duo of Maddie Yu and Riley Farragher for setter and right side. McAvoy stuffed at the net, ball high. Same with Dessler. This time it's Schuler who tries to find a good pass from Yarwood. Farragher has to reach. And out of rotation are the Gulls. Let's see what the Jumbos do with it. Easy to Cora Cunningham. Seems like just last week, maybe 2 weeks ago, we were seeing her get her first start. Now she looks incredibly comfortable hitting from that middle position.
She really has. In 5 games so far this season, she's had 23 kills. That'll be her 24th.
And tipped away out of the Jumbo's path into the corner. So point Endicott, keep it within 2. And it's McGrath getting the serve. Lee takes it nicely. Farragher hitting from the middle. They love to do that, don't they? The right side coming in for the middle on that first hit.
Yeah, one of the most popular offensive plays the Jumbo have is that sort of off-speed middle hit there with either that outside or that right side coming in to hit from the middle. Farragher is such a versatile player.
Donahue gets the kill on the pretty back set from McGrath. Looks like they're running a 6-2 on Endicott's side.
Yeah, Donahue, who's back to serve now, is actually the CCC Rookie of the Week this week. She's going to be one to watch here for the Jumbos.
Yarwood gets stuffed at the net. Jumbo's got a few hands on it, but it's still going to fall on their side of the court.
Yeah, that pass just looked like it came off a little bit too close to the net there. Unable to keep that one off right into the hands of the Gulls.
Nice pass by Dessler. Farragher trying to tip it, but the duo block from Gilbert and McAvoy is going to get the job done for Endicott. It's tied 6-6 now.
Yeah, they sniffed that tip out right away. Farragher had nowhere to go with that one.
Endicott definitely doesn't lack the size, blocking the Jumbos just fine thus far. That's Frederick on the outside.
Yeah, as we were saying with the Tufts versus Wesleyan, it's nice to see Tufts have an athletic equal there with that height at the net that both the Jumbos and the Gulls have. Actually, one of their shorter rotations going through the Jumbo front right now with both Yarwood and Cunningham up front.
Yarwood going low, no block. Farragher keeps it alive, but it's back to Endicott. Ooh, nice hit by Gilbert. Better dig by you. And McGrath going to the pipe. First we've seen that to Donahue. Farragher trying to finish high. No, and it's Gilbert with a roll shot used there. Lee has plenty of assists on the season. We'll see if she gets one there, but no. Yarwood hitting error sails to the far side of the court.
Yeah, that back left corner, Yarwood's favorite spot to go. Just unable to keep the angle on that one. That ball was a little bit far from the net.
Donahue with another serve. Good dump by Matty Yu. Takes the Endicott Gulls by surprise. Cheeky little point from the Jumbos.
Yeah, you could see her look over her shoulder there, seeing that huge open spot that Endicott left open.
She gets at least one of those per game, I'd say.
I agree, especially from a shorter setter.
Oh, monster block by Riley Farragher. Grace Legree was there for an assist. Just absolutely stuffed Amanda Gilbert, the senior on Endicott.
And if they give her the solo block on that one might be Riley Farragher's first solo of the year.
All right, tip over for Endicott gets the point. They take their lead back. And you're right, Riley Farragher, not really known for her blocking. Maya Lightfoot, the other right side, is up there in the team lead. She's third, but Farragher is out of the top 4.
Farragher is such a versatile player, both as a hitter and as a setter.
Lee, great pass. Yarwood covers her own hit, and she'll go again. Good persistence by the Jumbos. Out of rotation are the Gulls. Good roll shot by Frederick, and Lee isn't going to get that one.
Yeah, nice hustle there by Steph Lee. Just unable to fully extend to get that ball out there. Smart tip over, finding that hole just behind that block there.
And Kate Dessler, serve receive error. That'll be an ace for number 6, Colleen McAvoy, the senior.
Yeah, uncharacteristic error there from Dessler, and she was even able to get her feet under that one, just off the side of her left arm.
Maddie Yu goes To the middle for Yarwood. Gets the point. That time it was the outside hitter hitting from the middle position.
Yeah, that 2 set from the middle to either their outside or their right side is probably especially Yu's favorite set to go for. Always seems to be productive, usually catches that defense on their heels.
All right, a sub in for the Jumbo 6-2 attack. We'll bring in Zedrick at setter and Lightfoot on the right side. Good passing by Endicott, keeping the ball alive. Lightfoot going really high, but nice rolling pass by McGrath. Lee's going to have to set this one. Lightfoot reaching for it. So much length. There's a kill. Good work by Lee and Lightfoot getting that out of rotation hit across.
Yeah, we always talk about it with Maya Lightfoot. She spends so much time in the air. She's able to really get a good look at that defense and then find where that hole is and just slam it right on down. But shout out to Donahue there on that last point, who took just a rocket from Yarwood on the outside right to the face. Good toughness there from the goal.
Right, Lightfoot very strong from the right side. Definitely had Endicott scrambling. Lee, who had that assist, that'll be her 26th on the season, which makes her tied for a distant third as the libero on the team. And the Jumbos are going to get a nice point right in the middle of the court. Just down 1. It's a close set thus far.
Yeah, Lee's had a strong season as a libero so far. They have been rotating her somewhat with Harrison, the sophomore.
Glover's into set, and hitting the pin is Endicott for a tie game halfway through the set.
A much closer game than the Jumbos' last game against Maritime, but they're really able to utilize that depth to make sure everybody was getting some playing time. I don't foresee that one happening here.
Good spin on that ball from Gilbert, but still out of rotation, and a nice one from Endicott is going to get the point. It's Winkler, the graduate student, Nicole Winkler.
Yeah, we were talking about it before the game. Endicott actually has 3 graduate students playing on their roster.
Right, both Frederick and Winkler have gotten some play time thus far. Okay, Dessler waits for it. Good hit over. It's 15 Schuler who has to just tip it over. Kate Dessler trying to find it. And that's where excess power gets you, when you can just hit right through the block without even leaving the floor, really.
Yeah, we saw it in the game against Wesleyan. Dessler's power is not something to be messed with. When you're going up for that block against you, you really need to make sure your hands are strong, because she is able to just force it right on through that block.
Winkler had to tip that one over. Same with Dessler. Trading tips are Endicott and Tufts. Legree's in to pass in the no libero rotation. Schuler finds Yarwood, who finds Zedrick. Scrambling are the Jumbos, but they get it over. It's a free ball for Endicott and going high. Again, right off the upwards hands of Yarwood. Maybe could have let that one go, but tough to tell in the moment.
Yeah, tough call there to make from that middle back position. It was a nice hustle there. She was able to get her feet under it, just bounce off of her hands.
Takun serves. Oh, Cunningham! Great timing. You can see after just a few starts, she's really in sync with Zedrick. Goes right up for that one and finds the empty space. Already, after what is 4 or 5 starts from Cora Cunningham, she's already got 23 blocks to her name, 7 of them solo, which leads the Jumbos in solo blocks. Just a monster at the net.
Yeah, going into this game, she had actually 23 kills and 23 blocks. But it's been really nice to see her starting to gain some confidence. In those first couple of games, you saw her going for lots of tips or roll shots. But now that she's gotten some confidence, she's really been driving it down into those back corners.
Fairgrat to take that one, and she'll stay in the middle to hit. And that's Donahue. Finds the arm of Lee, but just off. Going to be tough to return that one.
Yeah, it looked like maybe just a little bit of a mistimed block there. Cunningham was just a half a second behind Farragher when she was going up. Able to just get it over her fingers.
Lee takes that one, but it's too high. Oh, an error by McAvoy. Wanted to slam that one home, but it goes outside. A free point for Endicott turns into a free point for the Jumbos.
Yeah, an unfortunate play there for McAvoy. You want to make sure you're getting those free balls in.
Dessler was back to serve, and it's far to the pin for Frederick. Yu finds Yarwood. It's blocked, and Lee was there for the cover, but goes straight backwards, finds the empty corner, point Endicott.
Yeah, I think that was a nice block there from Frederick and McAvoy. They really read exactly where Yarwood's shoulders were. She was telegraphing that cross-court hit, and they were able to just cover that.
Yu has to scramble for it. Cunningham, nice tip. And trying to find her footwork was Frederick. Riley Farragher. Nice hops from Farragher, the sophomore, slams it home right into the arms of Gilbert, but not low enough.
Yeah, Farragher has gotten hotter and hotter as the season went on. She was not starting in the first couple of games, but she's really started to make a name for herself here in the last couple of games. Really also from that setter position, allowing for some of those jumbo trick plays that they like so much.
Legree wanted the slide on that one, but just out of sync with her setter. Completely whiffs the ball. And timeout Jumbos. They trail just 2, but it's in the later hours of the set, so a 2-point difference is ginormous when you get down the stretch. The end is within sight for Endicott to take this first set against the Jumbos, who, by the way, have just fallen out of the coaches poll rankings out of the top 25, still receiving some votes, but now no NESCAC teams are ranked after Bowdoin and Tufts were both ranked preseason.
Yeah, Bowdoin has struggled both against Tufts and actually against Endicott, a team that looked so strong going into the year, just unable to produce. And Tufts had that loss against Wesleyan, which was really costly there for their record. But it'll be interesting to see how the season progresses as we get closer and closer to those NESCAC championships. Especially looking forward to hopefully a rematch there between Wesleyan and Tufts, who were just beaten in that 5-set absolutely awesome game.
Right. For the Jumbos, this is a interconference play, but in the NESCAC for the remainder of the season, they're definitely looking to win out if they want to get that #1 seed and host the tournament. Even more interesting, I think, is Endicott is nowhere to be found in the top 25 rankings or even receiving votes. They have been the definitive leaders of their conference, the CCC. For many years, they've actually gone undefeated in conference as the pipe hit finds the back corner. They're 9-0 since 2019, and their past 9 conference games, but no respect for the Commonwealth Coast Conference. I'll say that much. They can definitely make a statement here against the Jumbos, and Farragher, nice kill, unreturnable.
Yeah, I believe Endicott there is 7-time conference championships, and I believe they actually are the defending championships this year. The defending champions this year. So these wins against some of these stronger NESCAC teams, including Bowdoin and possibly Tufts, could really put them on the map there in the overall NCAA ranking.
Good hops from Gilbert, but met at the net by the Jumbos. It's Legree trying to find it this time, and the block doesn't get over for Endicott. That's a kill from Grace Legree.
Yeah, Gilbert came there from the outside to try to stop that middle hit. Was not able to get her hands over the net there, and the ball just dribbled down her front. Never one you want to see when you're up there blocking.
McGrath is there to set for the Gulls. Zedrick goes back to Lightfoot. We've seen plenty of power from her, and Legree looks like she wanted that one back. Was there for the cover, but had her hands down, went right over her head. Point Gulls.
Yeah, it looked like maybe a miscommunication on that block pickup there from the Jumbos. Yarwood looks like to be in a good position to take it, but Steph Lee went in there for it.
All right, Steph Lee low, but Zedrick keeps it up. Yarwood hitting from the middle. Good work to make something out of nothing from the Jumbos. Looked a little tough to take that one as Steph Lee line drived it into her setter's hands.
Harrison now in for Yarwood, back to serve. The Jumbos have switched their lineup like this recently, putting in a DS for Yarwood when she rotates into that back court.
Right, but first we've seen of Harrison, and she makes an immediate impact. Good pass. Yarwood goes high, too high. Across, sailing over Endicott's side of the court, and the Gulls maintain a 2-point lead.
Yeah, uncharacteristic error there from Maya Lightfoot off that right side. Unable to get that wrist snap, so the ball just snailed out of bounds.
Oh, good powerful hit from Dessler. That's what we're used to seeing. Dessler, in fact, off to a slower start by her standards, but looking to reach 100 kills on the season. She's a team leading, let's see, 93, right. And she had one there, so just 6 more can get her there, but service error from the Jumbos gives Endicott their 2-point lead back. They've maintained it so far, looking larger and larger as we near the end. Meg Harrison struggles to get under that one, but finds it. In position are Endicott. Quite the run-up from Schuler. Sprinted to get to that ball. And too low is the hit, as we'll get a block from the Jumbos.
Yeah, good block there from Dessler. Definitely not a big blocker, but she's using that 6'1" height there to just stuff the Gulls.
All right, good high pass from Donahue. Let's see what the call is, and it's a net by Donahue, must have been, as she had to sprint to get to that ball, and even a tip couldn't save her. Too much momentum. Tie game now. Tufts bringing it back at the most crucial moments. Maddie Yu back to serve. That's Donahue. And number 6 is McAvoy. Goes high, and looks like the switch from Yarwood to Harrison isn't going to fix those receiving woes from the Jumbos.
Yeah, my guess on some of that, one of the reasons for that switch would be the service that Harrison can provide, especially after that error from Yarwood earlier in the game off of her serve.
Yu goes to Dessler, her most trusty hitter. And Donahue just going to have to roll it over. Dessler has plenty of digs as well, and she gets another one there. Has to wait for it right off the tape. Madayu, Farragher has to do a 180 to find that one. Stays alive. Tufts have another chance at it. Roll shot from Dessler. She's hit it a few times, tries to switch it up, and Gilbert goes. Harrison finds her setter, Yu, and it's going to hit the pin from Farragher. 24-22 set point for the Endicott Gulls.
Yeah, Jumbos don't look very aggressive here in this set. Lots of roll shots and tips on that point. Granted, the ball was a little bit far off the net.
The setter McGrath back to serve. Yu goes to Dessler, trying to maintain consistency from their strongest hitter. There's another kill from Kate Dessler, the senior.
Yeah, where else would you go to on game point other than Kate Dessler?
All right, 23-24. That means it's win by 2 time. We saw it plenty in Wesleyan. Also in their loss to Springfield, plenty of overtime set points. Oh, and there's the set point for the Endicott Gulls. Donahue coming in from the right side. Close set, but the Jumbos are going to lose out on that one. And before we take a break, we should talk about their loss to Springfield. Definitely a worthy opponent. Endicott also lost to Springfield early in the season. But let me read out those set scores for you. They lost 23-25 in the first, 26-24 in the second. Then they won the third just by 2 points and lost the fourth by 25-13. So lost it there, but the Jumbos have had plenty of close sets is the point I'm trying to get at. So how do you think they're doing momentum-wise after a close loss in that first one?
Yeah, the Jumbos have looked a little bit slow today. Not as aggressive as you normally see they are. Also not running as many of those trick plays. Mostly just sticking to that 2 from the middle, either to their outside or their right side. I'd like to see an improvement a little bit on some of the serve receive and the passes up from the back row. The setters have been struggling really to get those balls close to the net so those hitters can get those strong hits.
All right, perfect. And before we head into the second set and have a little commentary switch up, we are going to take a short break. So we'll see you in 2 minutes.
All right, welcome back to this second set. I'm Lily. I'm switching here to play-by-play. We have new JumboCaster Caroline, who will be on color.
Hi, guys.
After that close first set loss, the Jumbos here are looking to gain some of their momentum back. With you back to serve here. Picked up by the Gulls. That right side hit from Gilbert is out. That line there from Gilbert, unable to be kept in. Yu is going to be back to serve here again for the Jumbos. Picked up, sent to the outside. Picked up by Lee. Yu's going to set up for Audit. That goes out the back. Audit, the sophomore, got some play there against Maine Maritime. 11 kills, the leader there for the Jumbos. Gilbert on the serve, ace. Lee unable to return that. Gilbert at that service line again. This time it's sent high by Lee. Dessler's going to set it up for Audit on the right side. Sent to the middle to Winkler. Audit back on the outside, unable to keep that in. That just goes out that back left corner. So a bit of a lineup switch here for the Jumbos. Audit is in instead of Yarwood. Picked up by Lee, sent outside to Audit, who is blocked. Dessler unable to pick it up. That is a block for the Gulls from Winkler and for Schuler, excuse me. Gilbert back to serve again. And an ace. A miscommunication there from Dessler and Lee. Strong service there from Gilbert so far, don't you think, Caroline?
So good.
Gilbert utilizing that float serve, but picked up this time.
Nice.
As Caroline said, a nice hit there to that back left corner by Cunningham. The sophomore continues to impress in her fill-in here for Jen Ryan. Audit back to serve. Set outside, that is Schuler, just drills it from that right side position. Schuler with an impressive 77 kills so far on the season. Back to serve now is Tikkun. A tip from Legree, picked up there by the Gulls, sent outside to Donahue, who just drills it. The rookie of the week with the hang time off that hit. Tikkun again. Nice float serve. Lee's gonna set it to the outside to Dessler. Goes through that block there. It's gonna be outside to Donahue again. Roll shot picked up by Dessler. From the back row is Audit. Sent to that right side to Schuler. Dessler on the outside. Picked up, sent out to Donahue. And a block from Farragher and Legree. A strong block there on that outside position. Legree back to serve. Be no libero here for the Jumbos. Drilled by McAvoy. McAvoy's had a strong start here in this game, especially off those quick one sets. McGrath is now back to serve for the Gulls, excuse me. Not for the Jumbos. Nice pass by Steph Lee. From the middle is Dessler.
Oh.
That's right, you can hear that ball struck throughout this gym. How do you think the energy has leaned so far in this game, Caroline? Towards the Gulls or the Jumbos?
Hard to say, really. Everyone seemed super pumped at the beginning, but it's getting tense.
An ace there from Riley Farragher for the Jumbos. I agree with your assessment. It's hard to get a little bit excited here on a Wednesday night, but the Jumbos seem to have some of that momentum back. Nice block from Lightfoot. Oh, but that ball is going to go out. Zedrick's now in there for Farragher. Lightfoot's going to be in the front at that right side position. Donahue back to serve. A miss on it, but a save.
Nice.
And sent over by Audit and drilled. Gilbert on that outside position. Finds that hole in the block and drills it down.
Such a good effort by the Bows.
That's right, as Caroline said, we love to see that hustle from the Bows. Showing some of that tenacity that I think was missing there in that first set. What do you think the Bows need to do to get some of that momentum back here?
Just keep up the positive attitude. We got this.
Right. As Caroline said, we got to keep up that positive attitude, especially we're struggling here. Not a large crowd here at Cousins Gymnasium. Understandable for 7 p.m. on a Wednesday. I think the Bows here will turn to get some of that motivation from Riley Farragher, who always seems to be the most pumped of anybody on the Jumbos team. A 5-point lead here for the Gulls, 5-10. Jumbos really need to get a side out here on this first serve from the Rookie of the Week, Donahue, who's had a strong set so far. Especially actually in the back row with 43 digs there on the season. You can see the setters there for the Jumbos having their own little huddle. Farragher, Zedrick, and you. Coach Thompson here taking them right to the end of that timeout. Actually a little bit over the end of the timeout. Coach Thompson, who just recently won her 400th game against Conn College, has led the Jumbos to a strong start so far, 8-2. Donahue back to serve. And out. That is an error there, a service error for Donahue. So you could say, Caroline, that timeout accomplished exactly what the Jumbos wanted it to. Dessler back to serve. And a service error from Dessler. I think something's in the air right now. They are back-to-back service errors. An unfortunate error there for the Jumbos. McAvoy back to serve now for the Gulls. Picked up by Lee, sent to that middle to Cunningham. It just kind of tips it over. Gilbert on the outside, unable to pick that up. But a block over there from Lightfoot and Cunningham, I think. We're able to keep that on that Gulls side. Winkler unable to do anything with it. Now we got Steph Lee here back to serve. So good in her placement. Picked up by Zedrick, sent to the outside to Audit. Picked up by the Gulls. Donahue there outside to Gilbert, who just rolls it over on a free ball. Zedrick can do whatever she wants, and it's a tip to Lightfoot. No, we love to see that nice tip there from Lightfoot, able to find that open position in the right front of the court. Lee back to serve again. Oh, and that is out. A service error there from Steph Lee. That ball was really close there to that line. Was looking for a classic Steph Lee line shot there. Unable to get it. Back to serve now is Glover, the setter for the Gulls. Nice serve picked up by Dessler. Zedrick's going to do a quick there to Legree. Unable to do anything with it. Lightfoot slams it.
Oh, nice.
Nothing Donahue could do with that. Personally, as a volleyball player, and I'm sure as I believe what is a former lacrosse player, you have to respect the hops there that Lightfoot is able to show. You back to serve. That's Gilbert from the right side,
nice
picked up
dig.
by Lee. And slammed by Legree to that back left corner. It's nice to see Legree back getting some action here after that injury. She's looked really strong in this game. You with a beautiful float. Tipped over there by Winkler, picked up again, Audit. Unable to get her hands on it is Cocoon, so Audit with a nice kill there from the outside. Audit, who had that strong game against Maritime, looking to continue that kind of play. That is Schuler blocked. unable to pick up off that block. Nice hustle there by Takun. But another strong block from Farragher and Legree. You back to serve again. Targeting that back left position. Off the block. Unable to be picked up there by Dessler. Dessler, one of the more athletic tall people that I have seen play volleyball. You will often find her on the ground, but she always manages to make it pretty graceful. Gilbert, nice serves.
Oh, nice.
Sort of a actual slam down there from Legree. A nice play off that ball that was coming over her right-hand shoulder from sort of an off-the-position net set there by you on it. Unfortunate service error there.
Now I have Industry Baby stuck in my head.
Alrighty, back to serve now is Takun for the Gulls. Picked up by Lee, but he's sent outside to Dessler, who's going to just get blocked. Farragher now.
Nice.
Gilbert unable to handle that. Nice cross-court shot there by Farragher. A great decision by Coach Thompson there, making Farragher one of the starters. Started the season having Tori Golden in that position, who did very well, especially as a sophomore. But Farragher has been very productive. Nice up there by Harrison. Farragher blocked, but that ball is going to go out. Point to the Jumbos. Nice tool off the block there by Farragher. She also brings a lot of momentum here to the court. Always one of the more enthusiastic Jumbos. Legree back to serve. Now that she's back in the game, back from that injury, taking back her service position. An unfortunate service error there, though, from Legree. Frederick now in, as well as McGrath, who will be back to serve there for the Gulls. Picked up by Harrison, sent to the middle to Dessler, but picked up by Gilbert. Cunningham slams it down and out. Gets the pass and the kill. Nice play by Cunningham. I think even as a first-time Tufts volleyball watcher, Caroline, you just have to acknowledge the arm that Kate Dessler, #1 there, has.
For sure.
A nice pickup and way to stay out of the net there by Donahue.
Oh!
That is a punch there from Cunningham, but unable to keep it in. Nice reflexes. Riley Farragher now out of the game in favor of Zedrick. That is Donahue back to serve. Zedrick.
Nice.
Cunningham slams it between that block. McAvoy and Frederick unable to do anything about it. Kate Dessler back to serve now. Jumbos have tightened up this game here and actually taken the lead 17-16. Picked up there, sent to the outside to Gilbert, down the line.
And it's out.
That's going to be a tip there, though. Good call on that out. But that just looks like it was tipped there, maybe by Maya Lightfoot off that block. McAvoy there on the serve. Audit tries it from the middle. Looks like a miscommunication there between Zedrick and Audit. Both Cunningham and Audit going up for that. Cunningham from that right side position. McAvoy back to serve again. Out. So the service errors have really increased here in this set. And what if I have my count correct, maybe the 6th service error of the set after a very, very clean first set. Lee back to serve. That goes over. That's going to be sent to Frederick. Dessler picks it up. That's Lightfoot on the outside, picked up with her elbow. Good reflexes so far from both teams. We've seen some interesting positions. That one was off the elbow of Maya Lightfoot. It went off the face of Donahue earlier. A punch there from Cunningham. Love a little creative volleyball.
They know what they're doing.
Glover now is back to serve. Dessler picks it up. That's going to be too short to that right side position. Lightfoot's going to just tip it over. Zedrick picks it up. Lee's going to send it out to Audit, who just slams that. Outside to Gilbert. In on that line. Unable to be picked up by Zedrick. Time out to the Jumbos. Jumbos now trailing again by 2, 20-18 here. They've taken their second timeout. What do you think the Jumbos are talking about there in their huddle, Caroline?
I don't know, just trying to bring it back. They were doing real well at the beginning of the set.
That's right. Trying to get that momentum back on their side. Hank and I were always talking about it. Jumbos are such a momentum-based team. They do really, really well when they have that momentum on their side, but they do seem to struggle and be a little bit flat-footed when they don't have that energy. Hopefully this timeout will get them back up and going and get a side out here on this serve. Out of this timeout much quicker than their last one. Only taking about half the time. Gulls similarly come out a little early here. Gilbert from that outside position with that line hit has proven to be a bit of a struggle from the Jumbos so far, so we'll see how they respond to that. With Glover, the setter, back to serve now. A nice float serve picked up by Dessler. Cedric's going to send that to Audit. Picked up by Frederick. In the net, it looks like is going to be Maya Lightfoot. An unfortunate play there for the Jumbos. Lightfoot usually able to stay out of that net, but it's going to be Glover again. Nice float serve. Dessler unable to pick that one. A save from Audit.
Oh, just short.
Just short. But a nice hustle there from Christine Audit, able to reach out with one hand, basically on top of the bleachers and save that. Dessler's going to be replaced here on Nachmanoff. And Yarwood is going to be in for Audit. Quite a substitution here for the Jumbo, replacing 2/3 of that back row. Nachmanoff used to be the back row player for Yarwood. Yarwood able to pick that one up though with a save there from Lightfoot. Unable to get that over with that pipe shot though. 23-18 here. So we're nearing that set point. Glover again. Picked up by Nachmanoff. Cedric to Legree. Picked up by Donahue. Frederick. Yarwood. Nachmanoff over. It's going to be a right side hit to Schuler. But that ball goes out. So you and Farragher are going to be in here for Zedrick and Lightfoot. You is back to serve. Definitely one of the servers you want in this close to game point position. Nachmanoff and Yarwood will stay in. Nice serve. Gilbert blocked
nice.
by Legree. What a block from Grace Legree. That kind of production you get coming back after her injury. That'll be, I believe, her first solo block on the season. I'm going to credit her with that solo block. Winkler, unable to get it up. Schuler,
nice.
unable to get it over that block. Donahue just free balls it over. Legree from the middle, slam
Beautiful.
down. After that Beautiful solo block earlier. Legree able to just bury it right behind that 10-foot line, and a timeout from the Gulls. Jumbos have come storming back after that timeout. After a strong block here from Grace Legree. You can feel the energy shifting a little bit.
Taking back that momentum.
That's right. What do you think the teams are talking about here in their huddles?
I don't know, these last couple points are going to be super tight.
That's right. We got Coach Byram here for the Gulls in his 21st season as head coach. That kind of experience has got to be calming as a player. Although Thompson has been very productive in her time here with the Jumbos. As we said earlier, her 400th win is coming just last week to Conn College in what I believe was a Jumbo sweep against that NESCAC team. Back to serve out of the timeout. Gonna try to just get this one in. Beautiful serve, picked up by Donahue. It's gonna be Gilbert from the right side, picked up by Lee. Sends it outside to Yarwood. Cross court, picked up by Donahue. Just a free ball over, Nachmanoff. To Legree, picked up by Nachmanoff. Farragher off the tip, tools the block. Smart play there by Riley Farragher. Able to roll it off the hands of, I believe, Schuler. Back to serve again. Nice serve. Picked up there by Libero. Pushed over by Winkler. Nachmanoff. Legree tips it. Picked up there by Gilbert. Pushed over, but Nachmanoff is there. Farragher from that right side. Lee picks it up. Legree. Yarwood there to cover that block. Tipped over by Legree. That's going to be outside to Gilbert. Off the block, off the hands of Farragher and Legree. 24-22, we are at set point here in the second set.
We have gotten the energy back. That was incredible.
A nice high energy point for both teams. Quite the rally they had going. Gilbert serves it, picked up by Lee. To that right side for Yarwood. Gonna be Schuler, pushes it over. Outside to Yarwood, who is blocked. Tipped over by Lee, I think. Schuler from that right side again. Farragher mishandles it, and that is game point there. That is the set, for the Gulls. Another tough, close loss there for the Jumbos. 22-25 this time. All right, Caroline, your first time on the mic. How do you think those Jumbos did?
They're doing great. They're giving it their best.
That's right. The Jumbos here are going to just take a quick break, looking to gain some of that momentum back, as will JumboCast, once we bring you back to our third set here at Cousins Gymnasium.
All right, welcome back to the third set of Tufts Jumbos versus Endicott Gulls. Another close loss by the Jumbos, just 3 points away. Looked like they had it in their hands, but it slipped away. And before we get into this third one, and hopefully not final, we'll update you on Kate Dessler's kills and digs for the year. So close to 100, as we mentioned before. She's now just 3 away in both categories. Needs 3 kills and 3 digs to get there. She has 4 kills and 6 digs, a team leading 6 digs, I should say. For the game today,
It looks like the Jumbos are back to their starting lineup here. After starting audit in that second set, Yarwood appears to be back in. We'll see if Nachmanov is going in the back for her.
I should not say a team leading 6 digs. Steph Lee has 11, which is plenty more than 6.
Which is almost twice as much as 6.
Right. For those of you at home who know how to count, unlike me, that would be a higher number than 6. Legree comes in with the slide. They like to do that right outside. Oh, good strong kill from Gilbert. Finds the clean floor. No Jumbos had a chance on that one.
Yeah, it looked like the Jumbos went for that line block there on Gilbert, who has been finding lots of success on that line, but that just left that opening for that cross court. Dessler unable to pick it up. That's going to be a double.
Point.
Or in the net, maybe? The refs only held up one finger.
I believe it must have been an over the line. Wait. No, but we won that point, didn't we?
Yeah, it looks like maybe a net call or over the line call there for Gilbert. They were holding up one finger, which I presume to be number 1.
You must be right, yes. It was a late call, though. It seemed kind of interesting. Tufts, it was clearly on Tufts' side. They were getting ready, but early 2-1 lead. Yarwood sails that one out of bounds. 2-2.
Is her second service error of the day. Did the same thing at the beginning of that first set. Jumbos had a much shakier, well, as well as the Gulls, both teams really had a much shakier service set on that second set after almost a nearly perfect first set. Another nice serve there from Gilbert.
Oh, nice one-handed save by Zedrick. But a free ball for Endicott is dangerous. Kate Dessler, queen solo block. No one else had to go up with her. Just one-on-one, mano-a-mano.
As we said, using that full 6-1 frame to just really get up there. Such a presence on the net. That right side has not been a target for Gulls setters.
Back-to-back service errors. Can't be having that with these close set losses. Those points will come back to bite the Jumbos, to be sure.
Yeah, I have a feeling the Jumbos might be having some suicides there in their future for some of the service errors so far in this game.
Kate Dessler slams it home right past the block. They were blocking cross court, but she saw it, went straight down the line. Clean kill.
Yeah, absolutely nothing you can do about that one. Not a ball I would want to get in the way of from Dessler unblocked. Maddie Yu, strong server.
All right, trying not to continue the streak of service errors. Was close there, almost went too short, but it works out right off the tape into the arms of Gilbert. And that'll count as an ace.
Gotta love when you can roll the ball off the tape like that. Makes it so hard to return. Completely changed, really, the speed and trajectory of the ball.
I'm sure she was aiming for it.
Sometimes I do wonder how often players are able to actually intentionally do that sort of shot. But a beautiful float.
Okay, Dessler dives for it. Pretty back set from Maddie Yu. And keeping it alive is Glover. Oh, nice powerful hit from Kate Dessler. Block couldn't get over for Endicott, and that's another kill for her. She's just one away for her 100th on the season.
Yeah, those are the kind of plays that the Jumbos need. Not only points, but points. Oh, there's a ball on the court. That would not have been good. But not only points, but points. Big points like that, we can really hear the ball bouncing off the player's hands, tend to shift the momentum in their direction. Jumbo's also maybe looks to be helped out here by the women's basketball team, who has come to cheer them on.
Nobody there for the Jumbos. Nachmanov has the sub in, but just right in the seam. I'd have to credit that more to the hit than the passing. Didn't look like there was anything the Jumbos could do for that one.
Yeah, really just kind of bounced it off that right side outline.
All right, Cunningham is going to have to pass it. Generally don't want your middle setting those balls. Nice high jump by Donahue.
Yeah, just a little late on that block there from Cunningham. Not in time there with Lightfoot. But she's been so strong this far in their set. Really stepped up there for Ryan.
Maddie Yu goes to Lightfoot, tries to find it. She's on the left side this time. Now switching with Dessler. Not even going to get the chance. Errors on Endicott's side of the net.
Yeah. Endicott just looks totally flat-footed on that one. Unable to recover after that quick set over by Lee.
Dessler serves it over. Frederick going to have to get that over, and hitting the back line is Maya Lightfoot. Good precision.
Lightfoot's had a great game so far, with at least 3, if not 4 kills. We always talk about her body positioning. One thing I always notice about Maya Lightfoot is that left foot that she tends to stick out as she's hitting.
Good kill by Donahue, coming in from the right side this time.
Donahue proving why she is that Rookie of the Week. Been so strong, actually in the back row. Picked up a couple of strong hits, both from Cunningham and Dessler.
All right, Dessler's got the dig. That'll be her 100th. The 3-digit mark. And the push over is going to win it for the Jumbos. A rare 3-point lead. Don't see that often for this game.
Smart play there from Yarwood, especially as the Gulls have started to block that cross-court shot that she tends to favor and is usually so productive on. Just pushing that line.
Gilbert had to roll it over, and now Yarwood has to tip. Covers her on block. Legree gonna get kind of a tricky kill from there. Tay Kuhn couldn't rally it in with both her arms. Looked a little flustered. And now Tufts up to 4 points. Steph Lee very precise with her serves. Definitely switches it up often. Legree tries to hop up and deny, but caught off a little off guard.
Yeah, it looks like she was actually almost falling over on that one. Just sails out the back. But as you said about Steph Lee, such a strong server, especially with her placement. We saw 2 points ago, really dropped it in front of that 10-foot line. So hard to do.
Standing serve from McAvoy. Lightfoot floats. And that'll be a point Jumbos. That's another 4-point lead. And when I say floats about Lightfoot, I mean she is floating in the air when she hits. Just so much hang time, so much length, gets so much torque behind her hits.
Yeah, her body position in the air is always interesting. She's almost stretched all the way out with her left foot like almost pointed.
Gilbert gets a kill.
A little bit of miscommunication that's carried over from that last set in the Jumbo's back row.
All right, the sub in is Glover for the setter, or at the setter position, I should say. And Schuler, the right side junior for Endicott. More miscommunication on that slide. We've seen it multiple times, maybe once every set, with Legree or Farragher trying to hit it on that right side pin.
Yeah, it looks like that set was just a little bit too far outside for Legree to really get her shoulders around it. Yarwood. a great drill there by Janelle Yarwood, able to go back to that cross-court shot that she favors so much.
And now she's back to serve. Janelle Yarwood finding Gilbert. And Gilbert from the right side going to push it over. Legree got a hand on it, but might have interfered with her own team. Nothing you can do about that one. Unfortunate from the Jumbos.
Tricky play there for the Gulls. So Legree and Dessler were caught up just a little bit early. And the ball was coming over as they were already coming back down. Not much they could do about it. Legree tried to get it back over.
Machmanoff has come in as the DS for Yarwood. Zedrick trying to find Legree, who's having a nice game. Kate Dessler ripping tape. Donahue trying to find it. Steph Lee contorts her body to get that one. And Farragher with the high set. The setter's out of position. It's Glover. And Gilbert is not going to be able to pass it to the Jumbo side of the court. Point Tufts, 13-10.
Yeah, another misplay for the Gulls off of those free balls. Struggled getting some of those over so far in this set.
One-handed from Glover. And a bump set this time. And Nachmanoff not ready to receive that one. Fell over a little too early. Good spot from the hit.
Yeah, it looks like Nachmanoff maybe thought Zedrick was going to take that one, but Zedrick was already moving forward to that setter position.
Steph Lee takes the reception. Nachmanoff finds it. Gonna have to free ball it over. Oh, strong hit from Donahue. Finds the block, but it goes the Jumbo's way. Nobody home for Endicott.
Strong block there from Riley Farragher, who really has just stormed out and taken control of that right side position for the Jumbos. Been so productive as both a hitter and a blocker.
Right, Farragher not usually known for her blocking, but she's got three. Oh, Cora Cunningham finding her spot. She's done that so many times throughout this game and previous games. Just getting up there, letting her setter find her, and straight to the hardwood.
As we said, definitely can feel the momentum shift going here in the gym. The crowd has picked up a little bit and increased in size. Looking to go the Jumbo's way.
Oh, huge solo block from Maya Lightfoot. Donahue met in the air by Lightfoot's long arms. Stuffed, roofed right into the ground.
Great read of the shoulders there by Lightfoot. Able to see where she was going, get her body in position, and just slam it right back down into her.
Donahue takes that one. And too far from the net. Maybe got in her head a little.
Yeah, that's what a great solo block will do for you. You start to get afraid to be trying to hit it back through that block. Try to get tricky with your tips. Donahue just on a misplay on that one.
All right, third set. Looking strong for the Jumbos. First time they've had a lead this large. It's 6 points halfway through. And looks like their energy is up. Coach Thompson has had a few adjustments. Nachmanoff coming at DS. But we're not seeing from last set was Christine Audette who came in.
Yeah, it looks like we're back to Yarwood in that front position. And we're favoring Nachmanoff in the DS slot instead of Harrison. Yarwood is usually so productive from that front row. Has been struggling a little bit with that goal block, but appears to have regained some of her confidence going forward in this set. I do think actually the Irish jig music, tipping up to Boston, that we have pumping here in the gym has got everybody going a little bit. You could see some of the Jumbos doing a little bit of a jig in the huddle.
We'll see how that goes. Endicott is in Beverly, Massachusetts, for those familiar, a bit further northeast. So neither of us are Boston, but I guess Medford and Somerville are a little closer.
Yeah, both teams, I guess, showing some of that Boston pride, whether or not they may be actually in the Boston municipality.
All right, you back, and good eye from Gilbert. That's where experience gets you, the senior, letting that one go.
Just an unfortunate service error there from you. Never want to serve out off of that timeout. I guess you can call it a successful timeout there for the Gulls.
Right, all that energy, all that momentum, flatlining a bit. Endicott has a chance now. Down 5. Lightfoot reaching high. She's going to switch over to the right side. Try for a block. This time Donahue won't be denied. Goes right off the tips of their fingers. Point Endicott. They're 2-0 right out of the timeout.
Smart play there from Donahue. That set was a little bit wider to the outside, so she was able to hang back and catch them as they were coming down from that block.
Good work by Cunningham to get that serve just rolling off the tape. And now Tufts is going again. Lightfoot denied by McAvoy and Donahue. And we're seeing a double from Endicott.
Yeah, it looks like they were just kind of caught unawares there. That dig from the back row, unable to be kept up there from the Gulls. But a nice hit from Dessler, able to keep it alive as she's falling backwards.
All right, Donahue from the right side. So reliable. Lightfoot blocked again. Tries to cover her own hit, but no, it's going to hit the pin.
Well, that point went the Gulls' way. Massive shout out to Maddie Yu for that dig from Donahue. A huge hit from Donahue. Maddie Yu actually is fairly productive as a back row pass returner.
It's tight from Steph Lee, and Maddie Yu can't quite get it to her right side. And a little miscommunication from Endicott, or just caught out of rotation. Weren't able to get to the net. Easy little dump off for the Jumbos.
Yeah, in contrast to that miscommunication from Endicott, good communication there from Yarwood and Cunningham, who both went up for that ball.
All right, it's Gilbert denied again. Assisted block, Dessler and Yarwood, Lightfoot and Legree. Just completely wrong on both names there. I don't know what came over me.
Okay, all 4 really strong blockers.
Oh, good kill. It's Gilbert. Finds the hardwood.
Yeah, just a little bit of a gap in the block there between Legree and Lightfoot. Legree maybe just a half a second late in getting over there to that outside position.
McAvoy now back to serve. Finds Dessler, her 101st dig. Not as special, I would say. Yarwood too low, not even going to touch the block. Hits the tape, goes down.
Yeah, McAvoy has sort of an interesting standing serve. I'm always afraid her foot is going to go over that line. She walks right up to it.
Yarwood gets it low. Legree trying to find the back line. No, line judge not going to give it to her. Oh, but overruled. Or...
No, I think they're going to call that maybe a lift or an under the net.
a late call. Wish we had a mic over there. Got the R2 explaining us what happened. But all that matters is the Jumbos get the point. They've got a 5-point lead going in to the latter points of this third set. Donahue from the back row this time. Zedrick finds Yarwood, pushes it right into the block. Endicott handles it nicely, but out of rotation. Gilbert's going to have to go for this one. Dessler another dig. Farragher finds the block, keeps it in at least, and Lee's going to have to push that one over. McGrath finds her favorite, Gilbert. Another free ball over for Tufts. Not looking good. Their defense is really going to have to hold up. But the error from Endicott is going to end it. Good work to play scrappy from the Jumbos. They just need to survive and wait for the Gulls to make the mistake.
Yeah, another great rally. This game has seen strong play from both teams. We've gotten a couple of good rallies. But the Gulls really looked like they were on the attack on that one, just unable to put it away.
Frederick there from the right side. Yarwood goes cross court, finds the libero. Takun. Dessler, one arm, keeps it alive. So does Lee. Oh, but Yarwood trying to tip it over. Just rolls off the fingers.
Yeah, unable to keep that wrist tight, unable to throw that one over. But a great play there from Dessler, as I said in the last set, so athletic, able to lay all the way out.
Glover and Schuler sub in. Schuler right side, Glover setter.
Schuler, definitely one of their stronger right sides, something to be aware of here for the Jumbos.
Dessler digging again. They like to aim for her on the sets, but she's handled them well. Legree not going to be able to get that one. Lee's going to have to set it, and Farragher right into the block. Good strong block from Winkler, the graduate student.
That block from Winkler and Gilbert has been really strong all game. Riley Farragher's been playing really smart, able to tool it a couple of times. Took the swing on that one, though.
Trying to find Yarwood on the right side before they rotate. Good kill from Yarwood. The assist from Rel Zedrick.
Yeah, that's where we just showing the Tufts offense in its true best form. When they're able to get a nice pass and they're able to run some of those trick plays like having Yarwood there on that right side, they're able to catch the defense on their back foot and only have one blocker up there.
Yarwood goes high, so Farragher has a chance at it. And this time it's Schuler pushing it over. Dessler! What a way to get your 100th kill of the season. 24-18 Jumbos trying to take their first set win of the match.
Yarwood here has just got to really focus on keeping this ball in. 2 service errors already.
Skims the tape there, but keeps it in. Winkler going through the block. Keeping Endicott alive. It's set point for the Jumbos.
Would not be surprised if this ball is going to go to Kate Dessler.
They love aiming for her. But no, it's Nachmanoff, the DS. Legree going high. Oh, and slamming it home is Dessler. That's 101. Set for the Tufts Jumbos. It's 1-2, trying to crawl back. All right, a definitive win for the Jumbos after some close losses in the first 2. Good to see for them. What do you think was the strongest or best adjustment from the Jumbos in that one?
I think a big one for the Jumbos in this set was the reduction in service errors. In the first set, anytime they gained momentum, they'd immediately lose it by just serving out of bounds. So although they still had some in this set, they definitely cleaned that up there a little bit. Back row play was a little bit better, so they were really able to get their offense going. They were more aggressive, definitely, at least when they were in the first set, taking some of those harder swings, especially you saw it there from Lightfoot and Dessler towards the end.
You're right. Good work by the Jumbos, fixing their errors. It's still a close game. Endicott definitely has the advantage, just 1 set away from the match. Don't want to give the Jumbos their second home loss in a row. Would be heartbreaking. Wesleyan definitely gave them a run for their money and took it away from the Jumbos 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, I think the difference in this game is it almost ironically seems like Endicott and Tufts are more evenly matched teams than maybe Wesleyan and Tufts were. I think the Jumbos in that Wesleyan game just got caught kind of on their back feet. And Wesleyan's really having the game of the year for them, really. They were just caught, came out storming. But even as we said earlier, the Jumbos and the Gulls are really almost evenly matched physically and talent-wise. And they've been going pound for pound pretty much the whole game. It's just been some of those unforced errors from the Jumbos that have held them back.
Right. So many parallels from both teams. Really, the only difference is one's in the CCC and one's in the NESCAC. I should say Gilbert, just like Dessler, leading the team in kills and just got her 100th earlier. She's got 10 on the day, had 95 going in. That's 105. I'm doing my math correctly this time, I hope. So 2 on each team. A senior, very reliable, strong hitting outside. And definitely some deep teams. Not afraid to sub in the bench.
It looks like the Jumbos here are going with the same lineup from that first and third set, favoring Yarwood there over Audit. Assuming that Nachmanoff will be playing that back row position once Yarwood takes that serve. Definitely one of their stronger rotations. Looking for very productive middle play here from the Jumbos. Both Grace Legree and Cora Cunningham have looked great today, both blocking and hitting. Looking for them to continue that momentum. Tufts has struggled a little bit in the last set to get attacks coming from those pins. Dessler was pretty productive from the middle, ironically.
Right. Of course, as we open the set with a service error from Rel Zedrick. We mentioned before the game, but Jen Ryan, senior captain and middle, is missing from the lineup for the Jumbos today. Has definitely been a factor in these close games, but Cora Cunningham and Grace Legree have definitely stepped up their games. Strong block from McAvoy denies Yarwood.
Yeah, being a little bit shorter there, Yarwood's got to focus on just making sure that ball is going over the block. She struggled with that block a little bit all day, gained some more confidence back definitely in that last set. When she's off the net like that,
trying to go for the slide right out of the start of this set like they always do, but again struggling, though they'll take the point from a little passing miscommunication from Endicott. Ace from Janelle Yarwood right off the arms of Amanda Gilbert.
She has such a beautiful float serve. Another one of those ones that likes to ride the tape a little bit. So hard to return.
Good float, plenty of movement on that one, and it's McGrath. Reliable roll shot from Endicott, but Tufts in their offense. Let's see what they do. They go back to Farragher. It's on a quick three. Endicott seeming to struggle with communication, but it keeps the Jumbos out of sorts.
Nice middle kill there from Dessler. Coming really off behind that back line and in. Confusing that Gulls offense. The block was already down by the time she was even up.
Service streak from Janelle Yarwood now. Pushing over is McAvoy. But a lift from Endicott is going to give them the ball back.
Good play from McAvoy. Not much you can do about that from a defensive position when the middle's up there and able to throw it wherever she wants.
All right, McGrath goes to Frederick. Legree, again, unable to find it. Just off with Rel Zedrick. They've had a few games after Legree's injury, but after so many miscommunications, you maybe wonder if the missing out on practice reps has an effect on that. Lee thinks she has the eyes, and she does. Wow. Overruled by the line judge.
I was about to say, not that I am in the best position, but that ball definitely looked out to me. Smart play there from Lee. Followed it all the way to that line. Waiting for the ball there from the ball boy. More like ball man, I guess I should say. He's a little old to be a boy.
All right, McGrath with the assist to Donahue. Keeping them in at Endicott. 4 points, just down one, keeping it close. And the usual sub in. McGrath subbing out at setter for Glover. And Schuler subbing in for the right side. And Zedrick, here we go. To Farragher. Did she tool the block? No touch.
Good opportunity there for Farragher, unable to keep that one in with just a solo block there from Donahue. That ball was a little bit behind her, so she was reaching.
Lee's got that one. Kate Dessler finds the foot of the Endicott passer. That was the setter, Danica Glover.
It was a really nice shoot there from Zedrick, able to get that ball quickly to the outside, so the middle had no time to get over there. Dessler found that hole and just drilled it down.
Mathieu back to serve, finds Gilbert, trying to keep her humble. Donahue goes right through the block, looks like, off the net. Couldn't block, couldn't get arms underneath it off the redirection. Point for Endicott.
Yeah, Donahue, the freshman, continuing to prove why she's such a factor in this offense. Another ball rolling near the court here.
Right, you've got the reliable senior Gilbert on one end, and then Riley Donahue on the other, high flying.
Just out on that cross court there from Lightfoot.
And a lob serve from Donahue. Maya Lightfoot reaches high. Has the libero on the ground. Donahue from the back this time. Set her out for the Jumbos. Dessler tries to switch it up. Tips it into the block. That's Schuler now. Lightfoot now in her usual right side position. The libero, Taekun, takes it. Met at the net are the Jumbos. That's Glover. Kate Dessler trying to finish. Plenty of tips in that point, or that rally, I should say. Jumbos come away with it.
Knock one off out. Yarwood back in. But Dessler back to serve.
Glover up, and Kate Dessler falling over.
That was actually a good roll.
Right. Tactical. She, you know, if I were that tall, I would not have nearly her amount of coordination.
That's what
She's
we were
very
talking about
impressive.
during the last set, or 2 sets ago. I think Kate Dessler's coordination for a tall person is impressive. As was that nice kill there from Lightfoot.
Steph Lee, the tricky server, coming in now.
You can see all of the players have moved way far forward.
All right, that was Schuler with the over. Yarwood trying to find it. Maybe not enough spin, didn't get her hand in the right place, and that's going to sail over.
Yeah, Yarwood is looking for that angle around that block, trying to continue to get that cross-court shot. But it's so hard if you are not all the way up at the top of your reach to get that ball down with that less court area that you have while you're trying to get that tight angle on the outside.
Legree floats up, lets Mathieu find her for the kill. Legree going to work at the middle hitter position this game. She's second in the team with 10 kills. Dessler leading with 11. Zedrick finds the libero. Taekun. Gilbert from the right side. Lee gets under. Impressive. Gilbert launching that up, but way out of position is the Endicott team. And Zedrick and Dessler in the perfect wrong positions to receive that one. Just went right between. Neither could get their forearms under. And Legree, the captain, is going to be talking with the R1. See what that's about.
Not sure what Legree's question was.
Cedric trying to find Legree, but no. Fredericks got the over. Steph Lee trying to get an assist here. Farragher covers herself. Yarwood now pushes it. tries to find her spot. Gilbert's out of the play. Lee going back to Yarwood, off the block. Plenty of time for the Gulls, and with the kill is McAvoy. Clean kill from Endicott.
Yeah, Legree was just lined up on her wrong shoulder. She had that whole back left side of the court totally open.
Time out, Jumbos. Their first of the set.
Coach Thompson's usually pretty good about when she takes timeouts. Tends to take them pretty early in the set. We noticed in that game during Wesleyan, she took it before the Jumbos were even in double digits. Either of the teams are really in double digits. As we always talk about, Jumbos are such a momentum-based team. Thompson clearly trying to cut off any sort of momentum that they can get before anything can really start. Cleaner set here for the Jumbos. Less aggressive, but not as many errors on their behalf. Struggling really with those pin hitters for the Gulls, especially Donahue and Gilbert, as well as Schuler, who's been hitting from that right side position. As we start to come out of this time out here for the Jumbos. Not showing the same energy we were coming out of that last Irish-themed timeout. Jumbos looking for a side out here off of the senior Gilbert serve.
All right. Back to serve is Gilbert, the senior. Right off the net, but Lee finds it well. Yarwood just tipped it right in. Nobody home for Endicott. Tufts with the point right out of their timeout. Exactly what you want.
As we always say, that 2 hit with an outside or a right side coming over from the middle. Very productive for Tufts, even if it's not a hit, even if it's just a tip. Always manages to score points, pretty much.
Yarwood looked pretty deep, but it's saved by Rule. Emma Rule is in. Kate Dessler finds the hands of the setter McGrath. Lee goes. Zedrick out to Dessler. Oh, the power right through the block and hits the hardwood. Kate Dessler tying the game up.
Yeah, another great shoot out to Dessler. Really, you could hear that echo all the way through the gym as it bounced in between that block.
All right, it's McGrath going out to Donahue. Plenty of hops, but stuffed at the net. Steph Lee. Farragher stuffed. Legree with the cover. Cheeky little roll shot from Kate Dessler gets Endicott scrambling, and it's going to be 4 touches from Endicott.
Yeah, it looks like they're going to call that one to be a no touch off that block. Donahue, I think, there to discuss it with the ref, though. That did look like maybe 4 hits to me, as that ball was kind of rolling around the front of the court. We'll see what happens here. Donahue, the captain, as a freshman, looks like she's going to be the go-between here between the coach and the ref. A replay.
Thumbs up means replay. You're right. And the Jumbos are going to lose the point they just got. It's back to a tie game. Yarwood going to serve again.
Interesting call there from the refs. That's usually one they'll stick with.
All right, McGrath has to push it over. Zedrick keeping it alive. Kate Dessler trying to finish it. Ball don't lie, say the Jumbos. Tip gives them their 12-11 lead back.
Yeah, clearly Karma there was on the side of the Jumbos, wanted them to get that point the first time around, but they stormed out with that classic Dessler line shot.
And Emma Rule not able to reel that one in. It's an ace for Janelle Yarwood.
Yarwood's float serve, always one to be on the lookout for. Really has no spin on it as it heads over that net.
Emma Rule was in at DS for Gilbert, but they're going to change that back. And I guess a little change of scenery is all it took to get Yarwood a little off as she serves too deep right over Gilbert's head.
Yeah, sometimes that can happen with those float serves. They can tend to get some air under them and carry right out the back of that court.
Knockman off the DS. Legree sends it too high. Tied up at 13.
Important here for the Jumbos to get a side out before McCoy can get anything going.
McAvoy was back to serve, and Gilbert's going to pass that one. Donahue slams it through the block.
Yeah.
Donahue high flying. When she gets a good set, there's truly nothing you can do about it.
Yeah, that set was so quick on that shoot there to that outside. Legree not able to get all the way over and close that block there with Farragher. Donahue took advantage.
All right, Legree just trying to push it into the right spot. McAvoy wasn't able to get up as she dove for the dig and was on the ground.
Definitely the woes of being a middle in the back row.
Exactly.
Not all tall people can be as graceful as Kate Dessler.
All right, Gilbert passes that one. Donahue going up. Oh, Knockman off. Line drives it into the ground, but Dessler's right there to keep it alive. And it's Frederick who pushes it over, and Legree, another middle trying to pass in the back row, not able to get it through.
A good pancake there from Legree. Almost looked like she had that one. But no touch.
All right.
So we are in a 1-point game here, 15-14.
Danica Glover, the setter, has 21 aces on the season. By far a team lead.
Yeah, she took a nice little service run there at the end of the second set.
Oh, keeping it alive as Endicott didn't look like they could get it, but some heroics from the team keep it alive. And now it's Schuler to Knockmanoff. Schuler again, Knockmanoff again. Steph Lee finds Riley Farragher, covers her own block, but no touch, says the R2. That one's going to be 4. And I don't think the Jumbos are going to get a replay on that one.
Yeah, that was a little bit more obvious of a no touch. Farragher just a little bit late, slammed that one right into the tape.
Odd touch. Endicott confused. Really didn't think they got that one as Cora Cunningham hit from the middle from Zedrick's 3 set. And it bounced definitely a little odd. Really, she hit down and it just popped straight up. And the net didn't seem to be moving a whole ton, so I think I have to agree on the touch call.
Yeah, Gilbert there having words with the ref.
Donahue stuffed by Dessler and Cunningham.
Nice play there from Dessler, who had a nice solo block earlier. Using that high tour advantage, and Cunningham just able to come over and close that.
All right, it's Winkler, the graduate student, who gets the kill.
Using the extra year of experience there to her advantage. Taking advantage of that hole in the jumbo block.
Donahue, probably the only person on Endicott you can say has played every single point. Nice cheeky little kill from Lightfoot.
Yeah, unlike Gilbert, Donahue does rotate all the way around. He's actually been very impressive in her back row play. Taking some tough shots, especially from Dessler.
Just an all-around talent. And Gilbert finds that one. Dessler a little irritated she couldn't find it.
Yeah, not much Kate Dessler could do about that one. That
Endicott
ball,
so good at hitting around these blocks. Really not a lot of chips or tips off the fingers. Just finding the hardwood.
yeah, and it's not like the Tufts block has lacked, especially that outside block. Maya Lightfoot has been there pretty much every time and established decent net dominance. But Gilbert really has come storming back and been able to just find holes like that one.
Right, Gilbert received it, passed it perfectly, and got herself a kill. Those are nice. As an outside, you set yourself up for your own kill.
You can see Lightfoot talking to the coaches about what position she should be blocking.
Endicott take a narrow lead going in to the final minutes of this set. Madiu trying to save it. Even if she got it up, might have been a net.
Yeah, desperately trying to stay out of that net. Nice little one-handed throw. Anyway.
Steph Lee takes it. Legree swinging hard right off the block. Frederick and McAvoy couldn't get to it. Point Jumbos.
Great hang time there from Legree. It will just kind of float in the air there. That set looked like it was a little bit too far outside, but that extra air time gave her enough time to adjust and get that kill.
Zedrick ties it up. Great serve from Rel Zedrick. Not sure if you can call that an ace. I'd have to check with the scorekeepers. Might go down as a passing error, but as it's tied up, the Endicott Gulls take their timeout. Each team with one remaining, if nothing's slipping my mind. And obviously a must win for the Jumbos. They're down 1-2. This one looking just as close as the first two when Endicott pulled away just in the final moments. Endicott winning by 2 and then 3 in their set. Tufts winning a bit more handily in theirs.
Yeah, Tufts has seemed still a little bit back on their heels, not as aggressive in a lot of these rallies. You can see Endicott's really attacking, and Tufts is sending a lot of tips, roll shots, and free balls over. They've especially struggled with some of the Endicott pin hitters, especially Gilbert, Donahue, and Schuler from that right side position. Gilbert has been especially punishing in this set, really able to find that hardwood with almost no regard from that block that is usually stellar there from Lightfoot.
All right, Gilbert and Donahue have been great for Endicott. Definitely leaning on the outsides. I'll give you the stat roundup before we end this fourth set. For Tufts, kill leader is Kate Dessler. She's got 13 digs as well. Leading the digs is Steph Lee, and assist is Madiu with 23. Endicott, kill leader is Riley Donahue. No surprise there, as it's actually Frederick. Gonna go too deep there, and a point.
Oh, it looks like Zedrick, I think, was in the net on that set.
Right, that would be the call. Dig leader with 11 is Amanda Gilbert, the outside for Endicott. Too deep. Ties it up again for Tufts, and assist leader is Danica Glover with 19.
Interesting that Gilbert there is the dig leader for Endicott, as she does not always play that position. They had a couple of sets where she was rotating out for a DS.
Right, but she's been very solid. Donahue going up. Strong block from Farragher and Legree. Farragher always gets hyped up when she gets those stuffs, and rightfully so. It comes out at a great time. Tufts taking a 1-point lead.
You mentioned earlier in the game, Farragher, always the most animated player on the court. I think really helps to motivate the Jumbos and get some of that momentum going.
All right, Dessler gonna dig that one. And she goes from the middle. Surprise attack. Dessler gives them the 2-point lead. Timeout again by Endicott. Just a few points in. That was pretty fast-paced. But Tufts taking the 2-point lead in a 3-1 run.
Likes that energy out of Tufts, able to storm out of that timeout. Take that lead right back from Endicott. With that, as we always say, 2-shot from the middle from Dessler. Always seems to work for the Jumbos when they can get in position for it. Donahue struggled there on the outside for one of the first times with that block from Farragher and Legree. Riley Farragher, not always known for her blocking, but has done quite well tonight. She had 8 assistant blocks going into this game, but she's acquired at least 2 or 3 more tonight.
Right, stat sheet says Farragher has 3 total blocks. Right on the money. Yarwood has been clean so far. Just maybe 1 service error throughout this game, and I didn't jinx it. Good job, me. Yeah. McGrath to set. Zedrick is out, so Steph Lee's going to have to get it. Farragher doesn't quite like it. Going to play it safe, push it over. Donahue going real high, and it's Yarwood with the dig. Dessler right through the block. She's amped up. 24-21, set point trying to tie it here are the Jumbos.
Dessler saw those hands from McAvoy were not pointed in towards the court, took advantage, just drilled it off the hands, knowing that would just go outside.
All right. It's Dessler, set point. She's ready for it. Energy up on the Jumbo side. Hitting the floors, Kate Dessler. 25-21 is the final tally for the 4th set. It's now 2-2.
Another 5th set game here for the Jumbos. Actually, after almost a 2-week break of home games, we're back to a 5th set scenario here. Always exciting to watch, even as the crowd has slightly dwindled here. I think the assistance of most of the women's basketball team has helped to hype up the crowd a little bit.
Right, good energy from Tufts. Confidence oozing. Down 0-2. Take 2 must-win sets, and now they can win it here in a set to 15. As we take a longer break, it's going to be 3 minutes. Plenty to talk about. With the kills, Kate Dessler's got 11 for the Jumbos. Grace Legree, not quite known for her killing power, more a net sentinel, I would say. Has 10 and 4 blocks to her name. It's good from her, as on the season she has 13, so nearly a third of what she has on the season. Janelle Yarwood also up there with 7 kills, 8 errors. And on the Endicott side, Donahue and Gilbert lead with 13 and 10 respectively. Both have around 10 digs as well. And it's McGrath and Glover who are leading in assists with 15 and 19.
Yeah, I like that increased play in that last set from Janelle Yarwood, who actually sat out most of the second set but came back in that 3rd and 4th set and has looked really good. Recovering from some of those stronger blocks in the beginning off of some of her hits. Played a little bit smarter, been able to tool and get some of those stronger cross-court shots in. Looked much better serving in that set. Reduced her errors, able to see that really nice float serve that she does have. As we said, strong play from both of the middles, Cunningham and Legree.
All right, Endicott already on the court. Still got a minute left in this break. Tufts, on the other hand, has the advantage optimizing their time. Still in the huddle, you know. That information matters, right?
Yeah, Tufts, it tends to be the last one to come out of these timeouts. On one of the timeouts I took, they were actually almost 20 seconds late coming out of it. Endicott seems to be going for the tried and true, get yourselves hyped while you're on the court plan. definitely an interesting hype song here. I really think the music is having a big effect on the energy and honestly the play of the players.
Home field advantage, Cousins Arena. Come by if you can. Mask required. Not a problem. We have masks on commentating just fine. If we can do it, you can do it.
Back to serve for Endicott is McGrath to start off this 5th and final set.
Lee's got it. Zedrick. They don't go with the slide this time. Yarwood hits it hard. Riley Farragher stuffed. Solo block by Colleen McAvoy.
Yeah, found that open hole there in the back left corner. Nice block. Actually, hard to get a solo block off of that one, but a nice block there from McAvoy.
All right. Kate Dessler with the pass. Farragher has another shot at it from the outside. Gilbert right off the net. Didn't even touch the hands of the blockers, it looked like. Kate Dessler from the back row. Love to find her in the most crucial moments. Legree finds it. After so many struggles so early for Legree and out of coordination with her setters, she finds it at the right moment.
Yeah, those 2 errors earlier off that one quick shot and that slide hit between, I believe, you and Legree, but looks much better in this set.
Farragher just sees one blocker again, but Gilbert able to solo block. Good, crucial solo blocks on Endicott's side.
Yeah, actually both their points have come from a solo block from McAvoy or Gilbert. Impressive net domination so far, I guess, for the Gulls.
Knockmanoff finds it. Gonna have to bump that one right over, and Donahue mistimed it. Dessler right off the block. Still went, almost got in, even just straight through the hands of Colleen McAvoy and Megan Frederick.
Just shows the power that Dessler has off of her hits. She's able to really force it through that block.
Ace from Grace Legree.
Yeah, one thing they were missing in those games that she was injured is her strong service. Always very consistent.
All right, Gilbert's going to take that to Donahue, outside to outside. Legree takes a nice pass as the middle in the back row. And that's a kill from Riley Farragher.
Yeah, Donahue into the scoreboard on that one, but unable to save it. Nice kill from Farragher, who really, whenever she's in the game, has been making a difference. Like, off of that block. A nice, I believe they're going to call that a solo block there for Farragher.
These sets move so quickly. Tufts already a third of the way there with a 5-2 lead. Legree still going. Rare to see her stick so long in the back row. And
Interesting touch call there. Oh, they're going to call that in the net?
Interesting. Looked like it was on Legree, but she was in the back row.
She's in the back row, yeah.
I saw a 5 and a 1, which equals 6.
So they could be talking about Cora Cunningham, number 16.
A lot of overturns. Well, Cunningham was just subbed in. Dessler finds it. Free ball for the Jumbos. Trying to find Farragher. Tracking it down is Gilbert, but no, not fast enough. Jumbos getting more points. 6-3, double the score.
Lightfoot and you in now for Farragher and Zedrick.
Right, Farragher has been so solid, but we can't deny that Maya Lightfoot in definitely brings in some more hitting power for the Jumbos. So much length. Donahue goes up, right over the block.
Yeah, Cunningham just a little bit late getting over there. Was coming up as that ball was being hit. Donahue, though, such a strong hitter, able to take advantage of that.
I'd like to know Riley Donahue's vertical, because it looks like she could just jump clean over my head with her hops. Went right over the block on that one. Cunningham trying to find it, but stuffed. Nachmanoff, great pass. Lightfoot trying to find it. Gilbert's got it. Donahue saving. Nachmanoff again goes right over. Lightfoot saves it. And tooling the block is Schuler.
Good hustle there by Nachmanoff and good reflexes by, I think it was Dessler. Able to kind of elbow that over.
All right, Danica Glover finds Nachmanoff to Cunningham, but no, too deep. It was Alexandra Tekun who actually dodged that one, knew it was too deep, ducked right under it, and now, all of a sudden, tied up.
Crowd's looking for a touch on that one. Don't think they're going to get it.
Great pass from Lee, can do whatever they want with it. Kate Dessler, imposing her will. Finds the hardwood. Great point from Tufts.
That line shot there is always so dangerous.
It's got to be great being a setter and knowing you have Kate Dessler on the outside. Hey, look, it's free points. All right. Donahue trying to do a roll shot, but into the tape. Didn't even reach the block. All right.
Yeah, especially Dessler, who is so dangerous off the line. Interesting choice there by the Gulls to block cross, just leaving it totally open for her.
And that's a serve out by Kate Dessler. Another interesting thing about this COVID season, they don't switch sides. And in the fifth set, you switch sides first team to 8, generally. But now they just keep on rolling. Makes this short fifth set go even quicker. Yarwood doing the same thing Dessler did. Same spot, right through the block. Doesn't look like Endicott is able to get that block over there. Maybe too worried about the cross court.
Yeah, I think especially with Yarwood, who tends to favor that cross, blocking cross is not a bad move. But being as versatile as she is, Janelle Yarwood takes advantage of that coaching decision.
Nicole Winkler with the kill. 9-8. Endicott still very much alive. It's been close throughout. And Alexandra Tekun trying to tie it up. Kate Dessler finds you to Lightfoot. Oh! Jumps right over the blockers. They had no idea what hit him.
That looks about as close to a 10-foot shot as we have seen all night. Using that vertical that she has to just slam it down.
If we were playing basketball, she would have posterized Endicott right there. All right, Donahue takes it. It's a little off. Pushing it over. Oh, it works for Colleen McAvoy.
Another nice roll there from Dessler, although she's unable to pick it up. 1-point game here. Jumbo's 10. Gulls 9. A close set. Got to keep the aggressiveness up here for the Jumbos.
That's McGrath back to serve. Grace Legree finding her groove on those slides. Let's see. Steph Lee caught a little off guard. And it's tied 10-10. We saw the exact same score versus Wesleyan. The last game we covered, the last home game for the Jumbos. Fifth set, 10-10. But Wesleyan was the one to break away.
Definitely a lot of parallels between those two games. Though I feel like these two teams, as we said before, are a little bit more evenly matched. Definitely an exciting game we've had so far. All the sets have been really close. Missing that 34-32 Wesleyan fourth set finish that we had. That was so exciting. Smart play probably on taking a timeout here. Want to break up any sort of service run before it is actually able to happen.
All right, the long game coming to its final points, 10-10 in the fifth set. Game to 15, win by 2. It's been 2 hours. I'm coming to the realization that I'm not getting my homework assignment done at midnight. And we'll see if the Jumbos can pull it off. McGrath. Kate Dessler, nice clean pass. And Yarwood confident in just pushing it over. Again, free ball for the Jumbos. Another push from Riley Farragher, and that one's going to work.
A really nice pancake there from, I think, number 18 for the Gulls, who's McGrath. Really laid all the way out there. Yarwood with the float.
Janelle Yarwood finds it. All right, Lauren McGrath. Out of rotation is Zedrick. That means Lee's going to go for the assist, but no. Passed nicely by Endicott. Now they're in rotation, trying to find Legree on the 3. Good block by Farragher and Legree. But ball is still alive. Zedrick trying to finish it. Farragher pushing it deep. No. Caught by Taykoon. And there's the block by Legree. Kate Dessler was there as well. But Megan Frederick couldn't quite get it over. Great hops by Legree to put the Jumbos up 2 in the most crucial moment.
Jim's alive now after that one. Even Coach Thompson almost coming on the court to celebrate that awesome block there by Dessler.
Oh, and the response by Colleen McAvoy. Right near that 10-foot line. Hopped up, slammed it home. Nothing the Jumbos could do about it.
McAvoy has been a momentum shifter so far here for the Gulls after that great solo block to start off the set. See if she can do it here again.
Gilbert trying to tie it up. Lee, nice pass. Zedrick goes out to Dessler. Off the block. Scrambling our Endicott. Donahue still gets a nice one and hits the line.
That ball's
Jumbos.
Close. Jumbo's looking for the out call on that one.
Mouths open. You can tell even with the masks on the bench. In disbelief, it's tied up. Gilbert, hits the tape at the right time. Call it luck, call it skill, still a point for Endicott.
If it was skill, that was a really nice net shot there. Dropped it to where there were no Jumbos standing. If it was luck, unfortunate karma there for the Jumbos.
All right, well, you know what they say about karma always comes back around, so we'll see if the Jumbos can get it going, and just 2 points left for the Endicott Gulls to upset, I guess you could say, these Tufts Jumbos. Both are unranked, though Tufts has a few more votes, and they were ranked in the preseason. But I'm going to say these are 2 completely evenly matched teams. Not surprised at all this is going to a fifth set. Are you?
No, we talked about it earlier. I think Endicott was really hungry coming into here, really wanting to make a name for themselves, especially after that win over the ranked Bowdoin team. Want to get a little bit of love here in the overall NCCA for those CCC teams.
Right. Trying to give the Commonwealth Coast Conference the respect they deserve. Endicott has beat Bowdoin, trying to beat Tufts as well. Let's see if they can do it. It's the senior Amanda Gilbert, their kills leader. Finding Lee. It's an off pass. Zedrick finding Legree. Just an over ball. Endicott can do whatever they want with it. Donahue high flying. Good one-handed pass from Lee. Dessler saves it. But in rotation are Endicott. And there you go. There you go. You said McAvoy was momentum base, and momentum base she is. Back-to-back huge kills.
Yeah, Dessler unable to get up there for that second blocker. McAvoy really making a difference here.
Match point. Zedrick goes to Legree, pushes it, saves them for another day. The Jumbos are still in it. All right, it's 13-14, and yet again, we're in a win-by-2 situation. The past few times, Endicott has put it away, but now it's Legree back to serve. They don't have Steph Lee, their defensive anchor. Donahue trying to save it. Oh, roofed by Riley Farragher. No chance is Donahue. Farragher has had her number all through this game, And in rotation together again, she gets a block at the most crucial time, 14-14. No matter what, we're going to extra points. Nobody's winning at 15. All right, that's Frederick rolling it over. Dangerous. Oh, but miscommunication. Zedrick didn't know where her hitter was. Went for the 1, but Cunningham was there for the 3.
Yeah, really just an unfortunate time for that miscommunication after that absolute awesome block by Riley Farragher.
Match point, Colleen McAvoy. Jumbo's trying to extend it. Must win point. Dessler, it's so tight. And she is so powerful. Right into the hands of McGrath, but she can't do anything about it. What do you do when the best hitter in the NESCAC has a clear line shot right into your hands? Nothing. Nothing is what you can do.
Shout out to Zedrick on that play, able to keep both the ball and herself out of the net. Nice balance.
Maddie Yu now in. Donahue's going to take it, and she's going to hit to lead. Nice high. Dessler trying to save it, but blocked. Huge block by number 17, Nicole Winkler, the graduate student.
What a time for Winkler to come through on that block on Dessler. Left that line open for her, but she went for the cross court.
All right, Lee's in this time for the crucial point. Knockmanoff in at DS.
Not the server you want back. Glover has been really good so far.
Right, leading her team in aces, but Dessler, no problem. Right through the block, and it was in. Double points, if you want to call it that. Great kill from Kate Dessler, who just broke triple digits on the season earlier today.
All tied up 16-16 here for the Jumbos with Dessler back to serve. Yarwood is now in that front row.
Kate Dessler finds Tae-Koon. Donahue right down. From the right side, Donahue, haven't seen her there that often. Definitely usually go to Gilbert there.
Yeah, taking advantage of the slightly shorter block of Cunningham and Yarwood together.
Advantage on the deuce goes to Endicott again. Another chance to finish it. It's their third. Kate Dessler has to set. And no, hitting error from Janelle Yarwood. Couldn't quite get it. They were out of rotation. And Jumbo's another heartbreaking loss in the 5th set. Overtime. So difficult. We saw it in their last home game versus Wesleyan. This time out of conference. Less implication in the NESCAC winnings. But definitely not one you wanted to see them lose. They fought back, down 0-2 in sets, had the advantage at one point in the 5th set, but no, Endicott, the power goals from Beverly, Massachusetts. Take it at Cousins Gymnasium.
Strong play there from the Jumbos, able to gain some of that momentum back there towards the end of the game, especially with Kate Dessler really controlling those line shots. Shout out to Cora Cunningham for once again coming in for an injured middle, this time Ryan instead of Legree. Looked really great today, both in blocking and hitting. Those pin hitters from Endicott were just so strong, especially Donahue and Gilbert. Tufts didn't really have an answer for them.
Right. Great work by Endicott. Tough win. Tufts Jumbos looked great at moments. Wanted to come away with a W, but they'll look to do that now going back on the road. We will see you in a few weeks. Thank you, Lily, on color, for commentating with me. I'm Henry Stahl. Directing was Jenny Liu. On camera was Joe Schmidt and Caroline Vandis, who hopped on the mic for a bit. So we will see you this weekend for some soccer and later for some more volleyball. See you then.